let's talk about order of operations when the question has fractions. So in this particular question, I have negative 4/5 divided by, and then in my brackets, I have 1/2 plus the product of negative 1/6 and negative 1/6 times 1/4. And then my bracket ends. So when I'm looking at a question like this, first and foremost, I need to determine what is the first thing I need to do. So I'm going to start with my brackets. Inside my brackets, there are 3 operations. I have this addition, this multiplication, and this multiplication. When you have brackets, you need to do order of operations inside of your brackets as well. So the first operation I'm going to be doing is the multiplication of the negative 1/6 and the negative 1/6. So I'm going to write what still is there. So 1 times 1 is 1, 6 times 6 is 36, and negative, so my answer is going to be positive there. Next, I still have a multiplication within my brackets, so I still need to do that prior to doing the addition that is there. So I'm going to have negative 4/5 divided by, that 1/2 is still not going anywhere, 1 times 1, 36 times 4 is going to give me 144. When you're adding fractions, do not forget you need a common denominator. In this case, I noticed that they are both even numbers, which would likely lead me to believe that 2 can divide into 144, which means 144 can actually be my common denominator here. So 2 times 72 is actually what's going to get me to 144. So 1/2 is going to become 72 over 44, or 144. So at this point, you're just going to need to add your fraction. So I'm going to have negative 4/5 divided by 72 plus 1 is 73, 144ths. So at this point in time, I suppose you could find a common denominator. Probably not the most effective use of your time, however. So I am going to be using multiplication to solve this question. So when that happens, I am going to need to find the reciprocal for my second fraction. So 73 144ths is going to become 144 73rds. So when this happens, again, is there anything I can change? No, there isn't. I'm just going to have to multiply this as it is. So 4 times 144 is going to give me 576. 5 times 73 is going to give me 365. When I check my signs, I have this one negative and this one positive, so my fraction itself is going to be negative. Noticing that the numerator is larger than my denominator means that I can simplify this fraction. So 365 can come out of 576 once, and there's going to be 211 pieces out of 365 that there were. Now this one does have a larger denominator, however, this is something you very well could see in these types of questions. Hope this helps.